Dallas County. I was convicted of a felony, but still questionable about it. But I went on ahead just to move the process along. Went on ahead and just signed what I needed to sign. But well, basically, we were riding in a car. We had gotten stopped, and drugs were found in the car. And I wasn't the driver. I was actually just getting a ride, and
Did you know there was drug in the car?
I had no idea. I didn't know until the time because I knew it was acting a little strange and weird just because the laws had got behind us. But me, I was just getting a ride, so I didn't think about anything like that until it was found, and I was like, well, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? It's not mine. They wasn't gonna let nobody go until someone claimed it. So I didn't claim it. No one claimed it, so they just gave it to all of us. So we all went down, and I've been trying to recover from that horrific blow ever since. It happened in 2010. Yeah, it's been about 2 years now. It's going on 2 years old now. So it happened about January or February of 2010. Online, through my sister, she actually shot me the number and told me that there was someone that is someone out there that will give someone that had made a mistake, that paid for the mistake, but the stereotype or the stigma that goes with it never goes away. So you kind of like it's a kind of like a double standard because, for one, you've done your restitution, you've done everything that you've been required to, but you're still looked upon as a felon, or an offender or whatever, and even though I never had a bad record before that happened, I never had one after. So, I just resumed going back to regular life. I didn't have a long series of criminal reports or criminal history, that criminal thing that you have a rap sheet or whatever. I never had that. I had nothing of that kind of a past, so that's why a lot of people kind of stuck by me, when this happened, because they was like, oh God, this is not Darren, it's not his character or whatever. So, well, just as I said, the previous employer that knew me during the time that this was happening, she knew that I was dependable. She knew that I was the type of character, the type of person that I was. I am consistent with who I am. What I'm saying? I'm not happy one day and then crazy the next. So she knew of my consistency, and just knowing me, period, is one of the things that propelled her to not believe, even though this had happened. And sometimes when someone says just because the police accuse you or the police say they could be wrong too, and in this instance they really were. So other than that, she knew that I was a hard worker, one that was serious about my job, cared about my job, and just enjoyed actually being at work, making people laugh and trying to solve problems for people. I kind of like making someone's day, that's basically what we did. Interviews, surveys, conducted focus groups, and things of that nature with that particular job.
What would you say your weaknesses are?
Well, that I give too much, you know what I'm saying, and that sometimes I take on more than I can actually handle, but me being a straight trooper, I would like to just shoulder the weight of the world if I could, but sometimes you just can't fix everyone's problems, and that's me. I'm trying to always, I can't stand to see everyone always hurt and dismayed or whatever, so anything I can do, and sometimes that begins to be a bit much. And I think I can tend to try to help more people than I can really afford to do, Well, I plan to be out of my status quo within the next year, hard work and determination I'm looking for to propel me to where my status in life should be, I have a lot of flaws, I have a lot of things that I need to overcome, that I need to improve on myself, but I look to be a little bit more financially secure in the next 1 to 3 years. I want to be more financially stable, and longer term than that is I want to, as well as the goals and the links that I go through for self-improvement, I would like to reach back and pull someone up along the way. You know what I'm saying? If I can help somebody, each one teach one. If I can help someone, that will always be a inner joy for me to be able to help anyone. Well, not to have a felony for one. That would be the first thing I'd like to not have is a felony. But other than that, I would like to have changed the tragedy that I've seen, the things that I have experienced. I would have liked to retain the knowledge, but not have gone through the experience to get it. I don't know if that sounds weird or strange or whatever, but it's just how I would not like to go through. Going through the school of hard knocks. You know what I'm saying? You would like to just get the diploma without going to class. But you can't do that, so, hey, but I'd still change it if I could, Make a lot of different choices that I didn't make. Go for some things that I was a little afraid or apprehensive to do, some things that, sometimes, when you're a little afraid to step out and venture out, the outwardness, I'll be a little bit more outgoing, change that. A job. Financial stability, getting back in the world, working and being a productive citizen in the world, instead of being an outsider that's stigmatized and looked at as, oh God, he's a felon, I would rather have my status back as being a whole person, Well, because I have a lot to offer someone that is just on the threshold of making a serious decision that could affect the rest of their lives. Maybe if someone told me before I made the decision to get in the car that day, I wouldn't right now have a felony on my record right now, but I'm saying just to have someone that cares enough to tell you something to help you rather than hurt you, what I'm saying? And I feel like someone that has been through a lot, God knows I don't want to see anyone have to go through any tragedy and hardship, and just because, you don't have the proper avenues of expression or outlet or whatever, just because you don't have that proper outlet does not mean that you do not deserve a fair chance, a fair shot at trying to do something that will better you, better someone else, but mostly all you, Well, I'm just kind of grateful that there is a program or there is people yet out there that believe in just because you've made a mistake does not make you a totally bad person. You know what I'm saying? Everyone makes mistakes, and some learn from them and some don't. But I'm just kind of grateful that I have kind of found someone that will give you a shot to prove yourself, to say, well, okay, I believe I'm better than what the world has stigmatized me as. I believe I'm worth more than what people consider me as, you know what I'm saying? And just that self-esteem, just raises your self-esteem just to know that someone's out there willing to shoulder you, when you have a concern or you have something really on your heart that you want to share with someone, you know what I'm saying? There's someone out there that will listen, someone out there that will give you an unbiased, unconditional chance to say, well, hey, you might be pretty good at something, you might be able to do something.